Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Security is a big challenge when we come to networking. The more you secure your server, the more safe is your data. So in this video tutorial, we'll see what is security group or firewall, how we can secure our servers being misused or being hacked by the hackers. Okay, so let's start. A security group acts as a virtual firewall for your EC2 instances to control incoming and outgoing traffic. It does this by filtering any network traffic both in and out based on rules defined by the user. They reduce and in some cases eliminate the occurrence of unwanted communications in the network, and at the same time allow any genuine communication and information to flow in and out freely. Inbound rules control the incoming traffic to your instances. Outbound rules control the outgoing traffic from your instances. So when you launch an instance, you can specify one or more security groups based on your requirement. If you don't specify a security group, imagine EC2 uses the default security group. Let's see how we can set up the security group and we can add the security group to our EC2 instances. Log into your AWS Management Console, go to EC2. In the EC2 section, you will see the security group comes under Network and Security tab. Okay, here we can see the security groups. Just click on that and you can see here there are 4 security groups being created. If you want to create a new security group, just go and hit create security group over here. I'll show you in action once we go through more into the security groups. Okay, so let's see how it is being used in EC2. If you see here, the EC2 instance name is the demo server, right? The demo server is running currently, and if you just click on this, we'll see in the security section we can see the security group my dev server is attached to this EC2 instance, and it has some inbound rules as well as the outbound rules attached into that. So when we say the inbound rules allows all traffic to the systems, right? And outbound rules allows the traffic from the system. So from this server, if you see here, the inbound rules has a firewall setup for port number 80, 22 and 81H1. So these all are the TCP protocols. We'll see how we can set up these security groups and how we can attach into the EC2 instances while creating, as well as we can update it whenever required. If you click here in the security group, you can see here all the details about the security one. If you want to edit an inbound rule or any outbound rules, you can come here and edit. Okay, just hit edit button here, and if you want to add new rules, just click on add rule and you can set up the protocols whatever you want and you can add. Okay, in this way you can just edit or change the rules, add or remove the rules if you want, and again based on your requirement you have to set up the rules. Okay, so let's see how we can create a new security group and attach into the EC2. Okay, just go to the security group over here, security groups, and let me create one security group for you. Security name, just give here my DB server. Okay, description, allow access to the DB server, DB server, and here default VPC, and we have to just create our inbound roles. Just add rules, select the protocol. So the database, you can select here what kind of database you are going to use. Are you going to use Microsoft SQL or MySQL Aurora, if you are PostgreSQL? So based on this setup, the port range will change, right? Suppose I'm going to use MySQL and Aurora. If you see here, the port range comes under 3306. Okay, and here if you see here, the custom the source says as custom, means we can change or allow access. And one thing remember, in the security group you cannot block or deny any IP. However, you can just set whatever IP addresses or range you can allow access to your system. Here just gives the source. If you select anywhere, that means it takes 400.0.0.0 and the IPv4 and IPv6. So it allows to everyone to come and connect to your systems. Okay, so that means it is completely open to the world. Anyone can connect. Remember, this 4 zeros is completely open to the network. Anyone can connect. So you can, if you want to provide your IP only to can connect to your database, you can select, and this is my system IP, and I can alone connect to the server. Okay, and if you want to change any custom IP, you just provide it here. Normally database you always keep secure, right? No other accesses should be granted to access your database. So just give the IP based on your setup. 45, suppose I'm just randomly giving one IP. Okay, and that means this IP alone can come and connect to the system, to this database. Okay, and outbound traffic again is given by default. It says to all. Okay, and tags, if you want, you can just give a tag over here or just leave it. Okay, and hit create security groups. Okay, here it is. So the security group MyDB server is created now. Okay, what is the description? It allow access to the DB server. Okay, so outbound rules count 1 permission entry, inbound also 1 permission entry is here. So if you see here, inbound rules, it says only protocol TCP and the port range 3306 to, but from this particular IP we can able to connect to the server. Okay, so whenever you create any instance, you can set up the security group. Okay, just go and launch instance. In the configuration, configure security group, just select it, and here we can configure the security group whatever we created just now. Okay, here you can create any security group if you want, or you can select the existing one. So the existing one, we can see it here. We have the MyDB server is created and it has access or firewall opened to this port 3306, allow access to this particular IP. Let me show you how this security group or this firewall works. Okay, here we have our EC2 instances running. Just click and go inside this EC2 instance, and you can see the public IP over here, right? Just get the public IP, and we can, if you go and hit into the browser, you will see our web server is up and running. Here the Apache web server is being used. Okay, and Apache web server, that HTTPD, that uses port number 80. Okay, so if you go here, the security group, okay, and if you see here the inbound rules, it says the port, it allows access to port 80. Okay, and that's why we are able to connect the web application from this browser. I'll show you when we edit and remove this port 80 what will happen. Okay, just edit it and remove the HTTP access, delete it and save rules. Okay, if you go and click it here, just refresh it. Okay, and now we can see the port 80 has no access now. Now we lost access to port 80. Okay, so in this way you can restrict or allow access to some particular IP or port range. Okay, now let's go and add the port 8 back. Edit inbound rules. Okay, now add rules. So the port 80 comes under this protocol HTTP. Okay, select HTTP. You can see here default port 80 being added. Okay, now give the port range, IP range. Okay, now I'm going to give access to all. Okay, save rules. Once you save rules, go and refresh the page. Okay, see here we got access back to the web server. Okay, so this is how you can allow access. Hope you understand clearly what is security group, how you can create it and edit it. Okay, if you have any doubt or any concerns, please do comment me in the comment section below. If you have not subscribed my channel, please do subscribe so that you'll get notified when I add new videos on cloud and DevOps. Thank you.